Hi, good day, everyone. Welcome to Football Coliseum. This is EPL top five, not top six this time because Manchester United will be in the EFL Cup final against Newcastle. So you're having five wonderful games that we are looking at. Leicester City will be playing Arsenal. That's the tie between the 14th position and the first position. Crystal Palace and Liverpool will be playing Bournemouth against Manchester City, and the biggest tie of the week, the London Derby, Tottenham Hotspur versus Chelsea Football Club. Here with me this week, we have Michael. Hi, Michael. We have Biro, Ekene, Mayowa, Uche, and we also have Tega. So let's get right into it. Leicester City against Arsenal. It's been one-sided in the last couple of games. Arsenal has won 5 games in the last 6. Uche, let's start with Uche. Uche, going into this match, what do you feel?
I feel very, very confident. I don't see any reason why we shouldn't get a W. I think despite Leicester's resurgent form, I think they had won a couple of games before losing to United. And if you watch the game, I think Leicester had the game. I think United completely scored against the run of play. So uh, despite that form, I believe history is on our side. Definitely think we get a W. And don't forget, some players might be on the bench this weekend. Players like Emil Smith Rowe, even though Teta hasn't said anything about the fitness of Gabriel Jesus. But I think we're going to have a very strong bench to call upon if need be, and we get the W, definitely.
Okay, you get a W. Let's move over to Michael. This is Leicester are 4 points above relegation. Do you see something that happened in the previous match where you had to fight for that victory against Aston Villa? Do you see this happening?
Um, I would say I'm also quite confident, but I'm also a bit hesitant in my confidence because, as you said, Leicester have done a decent run of form before the last game, and they did well against United at least for the first half of that game. I think our squad is getting back to, somewhat of full strength with Smith Rowe. I think saw a few videos of him in training, and he's sort of back involved with the group. I'm confident in the team, but on the day, Leicester at home, the stadium is quite compact, and they make a lot of noise from what we see on TV and everything. So I'm confident in our squad if we play and I'm also hopeful that Partey is available because there's some rumors of him maybe being available for that game. So if he's playing, I'm confident of a result. But I'm also quite hesitant in my confidence because I know anything can happen in 90 minutes. So I'm looking forward to the game, honestly. And I think we play before City as well. So that's also, it's good for the players to sort of be in front and know that, what, they should put a result in and hope for the best. But I'm confident. Yeah.
Yeah. So to the final Arsenal fan, everyone talks about Arsenal season, banking on the fact that you need to have players fit for all season. You've lost Jesus, who happens to be a very important player, and you lost Thomas Partey also. Do you think this is one match you personally would rather have these two guys because we know how difficult Leicester could be, especially going to the King Power? Is this one match you would actually prefer to have them, or you think you can just play off this game without those guys?
Yeah, at top of the league again. Yes, just to remind the people. I think we still have enough players in the squad to get a result against Leicester. Yes, we know that Thomas Partey is a very integral part of how we play our football. We have Jesus, who is out injured too. But I think Nketiah, Martinelli, Trossard, and Saka can do the job. We just need to start the game very early, like how we started, like beginning of the season. We've been too slow recently with the way we start our games. I think if we can start the game really well, I think we'll get a result against Leicester.
Get a result against Leicester. Do you guys, I'm just throwing this out, do you see, because in the last, right before the Aston Villa game, Arsenal has been struggling with consistency, losing, actually having draws in the last 3 games before the Aston Villa game. Do you think there's going to be a change, especially to the attacking line? There's been talks about drop Martinelli because of poor form. He came in last game, he had an assist and a goal. Drop Nketiah, move someone else closer to the false nine. Mayowa specifically, do you think Arsenal will benefit from making that attacking change, the switch maybe to a false nine against this Leicester City side?
For me, playing Leicester is tricky, but Leicester always give you a chance. Their back line is suspect. They always make mistakes. Steady. The Fairs, Harry Shooter, Castagna. So even if you're not your best game, they'll always give you a chance. They always make errors. And they play an open game, which would favor Arsenal as well. It will be a high scoring game. I believe it'll be a high scoring game. Well, Arsenal should win that easily.
Okay. Uche, how scared are you of Iheanacho? Is that some very wonderful form? Do you think this guy could? Your defense actually used to keep a lot of clean sheets, but in the last couple of games, you've actually been conceded. And with Iheanacho on form, do you think that's going to be a big threat to you?
Well, not really. Not really. I know we looked a bit shaky, especially the case of Saliba. As he came back from the World Cup, something has been a bit off. It might be not playing enough minutes that might have knocked his confidence a bit. But to be honest, looking at the Leicester front line, I know they still have Vardy, they still have Iheanacho, they still have the other guy.
Maddison.
They have James Maddison as well. Do they have... The truth is, there are no easy games in the Premier League. Let me start there. There are no easy games in the Premier League. On any day, you can get beat by any team. There are no easy games. But do I think Iheanacho can pose any threat to Gabriel and Saliba? To be honest, I don't think so. And if I can't really remember the last time we played against him and he scored, right? So I honestly cannot remember the last time. I might be a bit rusty on the start, but for Iheanacho to give us a threat, I know since he came into the team, he's hit some kind of purple patch.
Yeah, he's had 6 goal involvement in his last 4 games.
In the last 4 games, yes. Yeah, but against the Arsenal's backline, I don't think so. And this is not coming from a place of bias because I'm an Arsenal fan. I just feel like we have more than enough to deal with. It's the threat of Iheanacho on the day.
Okay, and do you think there needs to be a change in your backline? I'm going to Michael this time before we go to Biro and Tega to finish up with predictions. So do you think there is a need for a change in backline? Maybe Tomiyasu coming in, maybe the Zinchenko exercise is not working defensively. Do you think there's a need to arrest that the defensive situation and have that solidity back?
I would say, if it's up to me, I think Arteta will do the same thing. I think he'll stick to his regular back 4, mainly because of the last game against Aston Villa. The way the game finished out, even I think the entire 11 will probably be the same as how we started off, once Jesus got injured, in Martinelli starting with Saka and Nketiah, Odegaard, if Partey sits, or Jorginho with Xhaka, back four, Zinchenko, White, Saliba, and Gabriel. So I think he's going to stick to that same back four at least to start the game, giving what Zinchenko brings in. I know there are sections of Arsenal fans, even myself included, that would like to see him mid-game, if it's not working, sort of shift it a bit, maybe bring in Tierney. But I think to start the game, you need to be as regular as possible, because I think that 11, on their day, they can do anything to any team. I think to start the game, you need to be as familiar with everything.
Except for Man City. That's 11 can
except for Man City. But I think, the thing with the Man City game, which is where my frustration comes in, is in the game, I would have preferred him sort of now, like if we look at what Pep did, I think it was, I don't want to go too far, but in one of the last 2 games City played, where he shifted the system.
Michael, so let's start predictions with you quickly. Let's start predictions with you. What do you think this game?
I would go for a 2-1 Arsenal.
2-1 Arsenal. Ekene, what about you?
Top of the league again. I think I'll go for 3-0 Arsenal.
3-0 Arsenal. Mayowa predictions. After Mayowa, we have Beru and Tega.
Arsenal win 4-2.
4-2. Okay, Beru predictions.
2-1 Leicester.
2-1 Leicester. Wonderful, wonderful. Tega, prediction.
That's brave. Be brave.
Uche, your prediction.
I feel we will concede, but we will win 3-1.